Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-122-44. It's a Tier 7 Soviet premium tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Abbey and it's under the command of StuInTokyo. And he's decided to pack this one with vents, coated optics, or is that, no, it's the improved aiming, isn't it? And that is the binoculars. I got that wrong in the last video. I thought it was the coated optics. No, it was definitely the improved aiming. Okay, it's a 122mm main gun. It's capable of doing 390 alpha on the enemy, and with standard ammo, it will penetrate through 175mm pen. Oh, he hit the VK behind! And look, he did 434 hit points. That's a high roll. So you can see how deadly this gun is in the right hands. He was using the premium ammo though. And he's taken the guy out with the second shot. Excellent work. Yes, this tank destroyer is actually quite deadly. It's known as Stalin's hammer, or at least it was known as Stalin's hammer. Difficult because it was actually made on T-44 chassis. And of course they didn't put the T-44 into mass production. But the thing was ready in the December of 1944. The SU-100M2 was actually preferred to this particular tank destroyer. But it does have a very high alpha. And it can be extremely deadly because of that front glacis. It basically just bounces rounds any fired at it. And now we've got a KV-2. Now that guy's moving. Yeah, he decided to fire early, and I would have as well, because the guy was pulling back and that was going to miss a chance of actually getting a shell in. If that had actually hit the KV-2, it probably would have gone through the matlet, let alone the weak spots. Okay, so 390 standard alpha, 175 with normal ammo. With the premium APCR, it's capable of 217. Now he has knocked down that tree, and that should give the enemy Arty a clue that he's here. No, didn't get that one in. I'm not sure where that went, but he's going to give it another go because the reload is actually fairly quickly. Trying to pick the spot. Yeah, he got him this time, and he wiped him out. The Hellcat looking over there thinking, yeah, he's really doing the job. Okay, he's going to leave it to the Hellcat now. In fact, the Hellcat's not staying either. I think the reason they're moving off is because so many of the enemy are being killed. Oh! The Hellcat flipped himself. Okay, well, we can flick him back. There we go. That's being friendly. And I'm sure the Hellcat will like that. He'll be happy. Because otherwise, he was going to be sitting there for a while before he flipped back up. So anyway, yes, the SU-122 is actually a favourite by some players because, of course, you can do so much damage at Tier 8 in a Tier 7 tank destroyer. And it's actually quite fast as well, 47.5 kilometers an hour. But it's really that fact that it can bounce rounds off the front. It's much better with the premium ammo than it is with standard. I know I've used a lot of premium ammo in this thing myself, but it's just so fun to be able to blast enemy tanks to pieces with one quick round. Well, that's a high roll, 404, and he's not going to like that. The Porlak is going to really hate this if he gets out the... Yeah, and he did. 413, he's racking up the damage now. And the Porlak realizes too late, because that's the end of his game. Yeah, Stu's having a whale of a time here. StuInTokyo, as you know, lives in Tokyo. Very interesting place. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was pointing out that he was saying that they were having these fake offices for Chinese staff to actually go into so that they could convince people they were working. In actual fact, the Japanese got there way before anyone else, and they've actually had fake offices where you pay a few dollars and you sit at a desk and look as if you're actually working when you're not. and yet there are lots of people now doing that sort of thing. Well, the Tiger 1, the last enemy tank, is somewhere over there, and he's being chased up the river road by a huge bulk of our team. And they found him, so we might as well go over there just in case we're needed. Because the Tiger could defeat all of those if he chose to, but obviously he's more interested in getting to the cap. It all depends on where they put their shells. Oh, that's a case of remedial driving. Is he going to go into the cap? He is going into the cap, but there's no need to because the game is over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for StuInTokyo in the SU-122-44. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, and his win rate was 3,385, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score, and we can see he did get the highest damage in the game, but it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. And that's why he didn't get the high caliber. He got 1,957, beating the Tiger 1 on the enemy team. He got 1,945. And the third place, well, that goes to the KV2R on his own team, who managed 1,800. When it came to kills, he managed to get 3, which he shares top spot with the Hellcat of all people. I'm not sure if this is the one he actually flipped back upright, but he got 3 kills. And Stu got 3 kills, which means they both got the top spot in this game. 2 kills went to the KV2R and the SU-100M1, and on the enemy team, their Tiger 1 and M6 both managed to get 2 kills piece, but only 4 players on their team actually managed to get kills at all in that game. And when it came to base XP, I'm afraid he misses out here because the KV2R, being tier 6, managed to get 901 base experience points. 849 went to the Hellcat, who was also tier 6. And there we've got Stu with 710 because he was tier 7. So they were earning 10% extra XP for every shot they fired on a high tier target. And that's why they managed to do so well. Stu fired only 8 rounds in the entire game, 6 direct hits and 6 penetrations. He put the shells exactly where they were supposed to do the best, right up the rear of the enemy or even into their sides. 1,957 hit points of damage, of which 848 were at more than 300 meters. 4 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and he actually made just a loss of 167 credits from that game. Yet he did use the premium ammo, and that cancelled out his entire reward for the battle. And he got 1,514 experience points out of that one as well. So at least it wasn't a total loss. And it only lasted 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So that's almost the amount of time I've had to actually describe the results. But it was a good game and shows that the SU-122, a premium tank destroyer you can buy in the shop, is still very, very effective. And if you get this thing into a higher tier game, then you can have a lot of fun taking down tier 8 tanks with a quick blast from a 122mm up their rear. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, and thank you for watching.